Ah, what a beautiful day in Bikini Bottom. Hopefully we have a nice peaceful day and get to see some cool birds, some squirrels. Oh, what is this?
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
Oh yeah, that's right. Today we're gonna be talking about the bald freaking eagle. But yeah, seriously, we're gonna be talking about the bald eagle today. And what better way to start it off than the population and the most fascinating part of the bald eagle, right? So yeah, the population for the bald eagle hasn't always been great. 1978, it was put on the endangered list, which it was put on the endangered list because of things like DDT, which after looking it up, it's just a pesticide that farmers used to keep away insects basically, but were killing the birds and everything that were eating said pesticides. So yeah, they've since banned that, but yeah, that used to be a big proponent. Bald eagles also used to die a lot from, and I'm sure still do, they die from lead poisoning because when hunters shoot a deer or something like that and then they don't end up finding that deer, then guess who gets to eat that deer with the bullets in it? Scavengers. And the bald eagle is one of those. And last but not least, development for housing and buildings and whatnot. That took away a lot of their habitat and forced them to relocate, or if they couldn't relocate, just to not have a home, which in turn lowers their population a lot. Now, in order for a species to be endangered, one of three things needs to happen: a 50% decrease in population without the cause being known, or a 70% decrease when the cause is known. And last but not least, there need to be 50 or fewer mature adults in the wild. Now, in 1963, in the lower 48 states, there were a total of 417 nesting pairs, which was a 99% decrease from 2 centuries prior to that.
Now that's a lot of damage!
But thankfully, it's not all downhill. In 2007, the bald eagle was removed from the endangered list. And now today, it's up to 316,000 bald eagles in the wild. So I'd say we're up and at 'em. What the fuck? But what makes the bald eagle unique?
America!
I know that some of you may think that the bald eagle has always been America's national bird, and it's been a symbol of America since 1782. But recently, last year in December of 2024, official documentation was signed making the bald eagle America's official national bird. Something that I find really fascinating about eagles is their way of flight, in that they have to flap so infrequently that sometimes it just looks like they're gliding in air and they're not even affected by gravity or anything like that. They just get up there and they soar, and I mean look at this. Another thing about eagles is they're monogamous, so they keep their sexual partner throughout their entire life.
I just want to lie on the beach and eat hot dogs.
One way that they court each other, they do this super unique, like daredevil-esque stunt, and they fly way high up in the air, and they interlock their talons, and once their talons are interlocked, they start spinning, like cartwheeling through the air, going down to the ground at who knows how fast, and then last second, they unlatch their talons from each other and they don't crash into the ground. And it's pretty fascinating to see videos of, and I can only imagine what that's like being a bird watcher and seeing that in person. Also, bald eagles are the world's largest raptor with a wingspan of up to 8 feet. To put that into perspective, think of Shaquille O'Neal. This dude is 7'1". Add another 11 inches onto this guy and you get a bald eagle's wingspan. You can always tell a bald eagle from their distinct head and tail being that nice white color and the rest of their body being a brown. Bald eagles are actually only native to North America. So Canada, Alaska, the lower 48 United States, and Mexico. Other than those, they are not native to any other country in the world. And of course, All right, this section I'll talk about the eagles other than the bald eagle that I've found that are pretty interesting while I was researching this video. So first up, we have the golden eagle. The golden eagle looks pretty sweet. Also, it lives in forest-like areas, so it hunts rabbits, mice, things like that. Whereas the bald eagle is pretty much always located near water, whether it be rivers or lakes, so they can hunt fish because they're very agile and their diving capabilities for finding those fish is crazy. The golden eagle is the fastest eagle that is out there, and it's been recorded flying at speeds up to 200 miles per hour. Next up, we have the harpy eagle, which is it's not the largest, but it's one of the largest eagles out there, but it's definitely one of the most powerful. I mean, this thing has talons 3 to 4 inches long, and that's equivalent to the size of a grizzly bear claw. An honorable mention, this thing isn't really an eagle, but is the fastest flying bird, and it has been recorded at flying up to speeds of 242 miles per hour. Plus, I mean, the way this thing hunts is it basically uses itself as a bullet and just impacts what it's trying to kill at such a high speed, and then it just comes back and swoops in and just eats what it just killed. It's crazy. This next section is going to be a little bit of bald eagle fun facts. Bald eagles can soar over 10,000 feet in the air. Bald eagles' vision is impeccable. They can see a rabbit-sized animal from over 3 miles away. To put that into perspective, that's like putting one Big Mac, being at the top of 10.8 Empire State Buildings, and be able to see that little tiny Big Mac on the top of all of those Empire State Buildings. Bald eagles build the largest nests of any bird there is. They can build a nest up to 2,000 pounds.
It's free. Real estate.
We're giving you land.
It's free.
We're giving you a house.
It's real estate. Free.
It's a free house for you, Jim.
This is free real estate.
Well, you gotta bring furniture, but the house is free.
2 bedrooms, no rugs. It's free.
You unlock the door to your free house. We got you the real estate.
And their nests can be 13 feet high and 8 foot in diameter. The term bald eagle, the bald is actually an Old English word. It's just bald with an E on the end, and it just means white because their head and their tail are white. The iconic bald eagle screech that you always hear on like all of these animations and everything, it's actually not even a bald eagle at all. It's just a red-tailed hawk. Here's what the bald eagle sounds like. Alrighty, but yeah, that's going to pretty much sum it up for this video. And honestly, I had a blast just recording everything and compiling all the memes and just editing this video in general. It's honestly been a ton of fun. So thank you if you've made it this far. One thing I never realized is how fascinating birds are, just with how fast they are, how large they can be, how they hunt in some ways, like the falcon, just using itself as a projectile and killing its prey that way. And honestly, I could just see myself becoming an avid bird watcher, just sitting at the window with my binoculars, just watching out the window and probably never even seeing anything or knowing what birds are which. But I'm like, ooh, there's a cool bird there. And I could see myself doing that. The actual origin story, or I guess the thought of this video, was I was just sitting at work talking to one of my coworkers at one of the job sites, I guess. And there was mid-conversation, he just looks up, points, and he goes, oh, there's an eagle right there. And I looked, and it was like 6.5 feet wingspan. And I was like, dang, dude, that thing is almost as big as I am. It has to be. And he said, oh, yeah, that's not even a full adult. It's just like, what? That is insane. It's like, how do you know all this about these birds? And yeah, it was just an awesome experience. But yeah, again, if you made it this far, I want to thank you and remind you to like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave one of those comments down below. I'm sure it'll help. I don't know, but this is my first official video other than the introduction, so thanks if you made it this far, and I'll see you next time.